Hey everyone, Christian Seiler here, U.S. National Champion here at Bellevue Gun Club this morning. Want to take the time today and talk to you about trigger control and why it's so important. So think about the last time you're at the range and shooting at a target. How many times do you take a perfect sight picture and not hit the target? Probably fairly frequently, and I've done it too. The big issue with that is how you pull the trigger. So when I have my sights on the target, what happens between the time that I want to actually shoot the shot and the bullet leaves the barrel? Something's happening and it all comes down to trigger control, and I want to talk about that today. Next, I want to talk about what it takes to make a perfect shot and what I'm actually doing with my trigger finger to make that perfect shot. So in the trigger, there's a pre-travel, the space before the wall, and this space I can take up without the gun firing. This is the pre-travel. Then the wall is when the trigger starts to feel hard. Every single trigger has this. This is a fancy Infinity race gun, but all Glocks, Smith & Wessons, every gun has this pre-travel here. You have a definitive wall, and when you keep pressing through that wall, then the gun will break and fire. So we need to control this and be very conscious about what's going on in the trigger. So if I'm benching the gun, want to make a very accurate shot, I'm not just going to slap through the target, because what's going to happen is I'm going to take my sight picture, I'm going to slap through, and in that time when I'm pulling the trigger and trying to make the gun actually fire, my sights are going to become unaligned on the target. So what I need to do is I need to prep the trigger, and when I talk about prep, I talk about taking out the pre-travel and getting to the wall, and then continually pressing through. So I shoot competition at a high rate of speed. I have close targets and very far targets. So I like to think about two different trigger pulls. On close shots, where accuracy isn't as important, or I need to get two very fast shots off, I will slap through that pre-travel and shoot the shot, realizing that there'll be some play in my sights when I'm pulling that trigger. But on a very tight target at a close range, or at a very long range, I want to prep, take that pre-travel out, push through that wall, and call a good shot. And that's what it takes to hit your target every single time. Prep, get to the wall, keep pressing through, and that's to make an accurate shot. All right guys, to reiterate one more time, here's what we want to do. We want to prep the trigger, take that slack out of the pre-travel, get to that wall, and keep pressing through to make an accurate shot. On these accurate shots here, I want to get a really nice tight group. I'm going to prep the trigger, I'm not going to slap through it. Be very nice and cautious with that pre-travel. Get to the wall, keep pressing through. The gun's going to go off. When I'm lifting back down, I'm not going to pin it. I'm going to take my finger off and prep it again all the way. So let's get loaded up here and see what we can do. All right, let's see what we did. As you can see guys, with the proper trigger control fundamentals applied the right way, a high level of accuracy can be maintained, and you can even stack bullets on top of each other like we've done here.